Only a little bit of room. Want to be the #1 qualifier. Plenty of room if you want to get into the quick game. For the shootout coming up a little bit later on today.
We're here in Belrose, Louisiana, and No Problem Raceway for the Reese Motorsports Insurance Cajun Sports Nationals. It's the first time in a while that this event's been held here, and we're really excited to have this event back in Division 4. Coming out of Noble, Jeff Taylor's leading the points in the Rooftec Comp Eliminator Bonus Fund. Took home the title 2 weeks ago. Rick Brown runner-up. They're both coming in with targets on their backs, and there's a lot of guys gunning for them, so we're looking forward to a great weekend and some really close racing.
So I'm in my second going into third year of medical school, so we just started our clerkship rotations. So I've been on the surgery rotation for the past 4 weeks, been in the OR quite a bit actually. So Noble, unfortunately I couldn't make it there. I was in the OR, working at the hospital, so couldn't make it to Noble. So we started off the year pretty strong. We showed up to the Belrose Divisional. It was my first time in the dragster. I had just gotten licensed right before, actually the Thursday before. And then we didn't do so well at Belrose, but we loaded up, went to the Baby Gators, and ended up pulling out a win. Got the Wally, and finally got to bring one home.
Draper Squad on the right-hand side. The engine behind him for a change. 709, 186 for Brooke. That's 50 under. Going to be Melissa Murphy and Clint Neff. Clint rolling into the right-hand side. The A Econo dragster owned by Harry Clack. A 499 cubic inch Ford Pro Stock power plant. Performance standards, 50 under is good, 60 under is great. Anything over 60 under, that's a really, really good run. Listen for fireplants.com. Rolls in the left. Clint's set. Clint turns it red, means absolutely nothing in qualifying. Clint Neff goes 6:57 at 210 miles an hour. That is 64 under the index. That's a very stout run. Jason Freeman, the former Australian Pro Stock champion, now based out of Moscow Mills, Missouri. That is a B alternate, 400 cubic inch small block Ford power plant, and a 5-speed Liberty mated to it. Jason's big red. Taylor shoves the clutch in. Jason's going to go 705 at 193. That's 55 under with a 9. It's going to put him in the number 3 spot.
Here, it's hot, humid. On Thursday when we were testing, we were running when it was has drizzle coming on the track, so seemed to be okay. We got down all right, but we just had a run then, 7:05. It's a bit humid, so and a bit hot. Track's good, very good. I was very impressed with the track. It's just the body, you know, and the temperature of your body and all that just goes up, and you got to really concentrate, and it's been a bit tough.
Oh yeah, this air's so different. So it's the water drains, as you know, is 130. It's a big learning curve. We keep trying something new every run, and obviously what we tried then didn't work. But you know, we're learning, and I don't know, probably 5 or 10 years from now we'll have it figured out. Oh yeah, anything new that you try. But you know, this is uncharted territories for us with the blower. 1 degree of timing can make you fast or burn it up. So it's still, you walk a very fine line with it. But it's got a lot of potential, and we'll keep banging on it, and we'll figure it out. You know, as we go through the year, we're going to run in all different conditions, and it's just going to take different gearing. It's going to take a lot of different things, but yeah, we'll be okay. It's just if time don't run out on us.
Taylor turns at 10 on red. Does not matter in qualifying. Good looking pass for Jeff Taylor. 740, 186 miles an hour. That's 42 under the index. It's going to move him up. Scott Casio's machine, the A Supermod Automatic Cobalts. That at one point had a 4-banger under the hood. No more. Adam Hickey, a former Comp Eliminator Bonus Fund champion, over the left-hand side. Casio's car drives left, reels it back in, and they are both coasting down there at the top end. 786, 162 for Scott Casio. 63 under. That is Kevin Douay. Circa 1999, of course. The A Nostalgia car out of Raceland, right down the street. A 397 cubic inch alcohol burning small block. Kevin runs 686. That is 60 under with a 9.
You sitting on a tire, so when you know it's moving, you're instant. In a rear motored car, I drove a rear motored car before, and it got loose, and you don't know it as soon as you do on a front motored car. You're right there on the tire to know when it's starting to get out, so you can correct it quicker and react accordingly.
So Cheminsky over on the right-hand side for CIP1. Cheminsky Performance, NCMachine.com, Watson Concrete, and Lone Star Gasket. C Supermod Cobalt, 333 cubic inch small block. GE Econo Dragster. Cheminsky going to move first by roughly 0.3 of a second as he bumps into the beams. Seven fouls separate them on this end of the racetrack. Taylor Cheminsky made a great lap as well. He's 61 under the index, 819 and 161.
My dyno, since I live in Amarillo, Texas, is at 3,600 feet. So I'm already dynoing in terrible conditions all the time. So the tune-up I get on that is better and closer to poor conditions at the racetrack. It's not Gainesville, it's not, you know, here in February. It's like we race in the summer when it's not very good. So I think my dyno has an advantage there.
You can feel it a little bit. We still made a pretty killer run on Thursday. We went 67 under 813 at 130 water grains, which we have here now. So this is the 4th car I've driven here in Belle Rose, I think in 5 or 6 trips, and this is definitely the sportiest car I've had so far. So nice when it's pulling through the gears. That last run, it was running on 7 cylinders, so definitely felt that, but that was more mechanical than it was the atmospheric conditions. But Belle Rose is a great racetrack. They prep it really well. You have decent barometer for being so wet, but we need some of this stuff to burn off. That'll help my little engine and 1 carburetor.
Treadwell Farms and Roger Brockman, the man behind Rooftec. Comp Eliminator Bonus Fund.
It's just quite different from anything I've ever driven before. You know, push this, pull that, and push that air button, and whatever. But I'm getting better at it, and my new strategy is just pull and push air buttons until something starts moving. If I want to go forward or backwards. So I think I probably made it a lot more complicated than what it was. But when they first started telling me, I'm thinking, man, this is a lot of work. How come I just click it in 1 gear and go? But anyway, we're getting a handle on it. But as far as the Noble race, we did terrible, to be honest with you. We struggled still with things. A couple of runs, it didn't go to high gear. First round was basically a disaster, partially because of the transmission didn't shift out of second to high gear, and I threw a fit inside the car and just held my gas pedal down until it blew the engine up. So That was a temper tantrum that I threw that cost me a lot of time, a lot of money, but it is what it is. You know, I'm here to win, like we all are, and when things like that happen, it just upsets me to no end. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I think if it gets to the point where somebody's out here racing and things like that happens to them, and it don't upset them, I think they need to be doing something else. You know, because I'm a very competitive individual. Anything I'm doing, and when things like that happen, and you've worked so hard to keep it from happening, guys who've done it before know, but it's irritating as hell. I'll tell you.
Advantage on the tree by about 300 to David Triplett. He's got the dragster out front. Can he keep it there? Yes, he can. 783, 165. That is 66 under with a 9. And David Triplett, your winner in the Larice Motorsports Insurance Comp Eliminator Shootout, and I believe he also just won.
Have you ever been #1 qualifier before?
I have not. I don't think so. I can't remember a time if there was, but yep, I don't think so. I mean, I only was able to get down the track one full pass in Noble, and so this motor I ran all year last year, but it just got freshened over the winter, so it feels insane this year. It feels incredible at this track, and I'm excited for the rest of the season, that's for sure. Yeah.
You know, Harry Clack built it. Everybody's kind of seen some videos about it and stuff, and it's got a lot of different design. We haven't really gotten an opportunity to really try a whole bunch of new stuff, but everything seems to be working really good.
How does it drive?
Oh, excellent. I don't know. I mean, I'd be guessing, honestly, if I said it drives better than any dragster I've ever driven because of all the extra application stuff with the downforce that it supplies underneath. You're able to run a smaller wing, but it drives like a Cadillac. It drives really good. I'm very comfortable putting my daughter in it, stepping up to something that much faster.
Smaller horsepower cars are doing good.
Yeah. I mean, the track temperature, I think, is a big key to these lighter, we don't have a ton of horsepower, but we do have enough horsepower with the weight calculation. If you look at the different scenarios there, you got to have a warm racetrack. I think that's what bit us so much there was the track was so cold. We got down it better with Callie's car than we did with the altered with Kayla's car, but Kayla's car also weighs 300 pounds less than Callie's, and that makes a huge difference. Engines probably don't make too much different power-wise from the 6-cylinder to the 4-cylinder, but having that extra 300 pounds, I think that made a big difference for her to actually get down the track.
Comp is a performance-based category, so you're going to see a handicap start, but the first one to the finish line is going to be the winner. First car down the racetrack is going to be Callie Neff. She was your #1 qualifier when all was said and done. She was 60. Odd number of cars in the field. Callie just going to run it down to about the 8th mile and click it off. Taylor for CIP1, Chemiski Performance, NCMachine.com, Watson Concrete, and Lone Star Gasket. I believe Taylor was about 61 under in qualifying. The C Supermont, Melissa Murphy for BuyHerPlants.com. The B Dragster Automatic, 380 cubic inches of small block Chevy between the frame rails of a Spitzer chassis car. Running in B Dragster Automatic trim. Taylor's going to move first by just shy of a full Christmas tree. Both of them get away clean and green. Melissa hikes the front end up on the dragster. She is closing. Does she have enough real estate? Nope, not going to happen. Taylor Chemiski, 829, 153. So Triplet, the G Econo Dragster, left-hand side. Moving first by a little over a full second, then Adam Hickey over on the right-hand side. Out of Ponchatoula, Louisiana, the former Comp Eliminator Bonus Fund champion back in 2022. This is a 2-for-1 round. Winner of this pair will go straight into round number 3. Hickey makes a move to the left, gathers it back in, and he is running out of real estate. Dave Triplett, 007 on the tree, goes 793, 145, clicks it early, still goes 56 under. Steve Basgall, Caleb Mazaris rolling in. Steve, the Division 5 based C Econo Dragster, wedge-headed 298 cubic inch small block with a single 4-barrel carburetor sitting on top. And for Kayla, a 250 cubic inch inline Ford power plant sitting in her lap, and the K altered automatic, basically one half of a Pro Stock engine. Quarter of a second head start going to the altered. Green light, green light. Advantage Steve by about 5 hun on this end. On the racetrack, it's going to be Kayla. 766, 150 miles an hour, both of them off the throttle before the stripe, so Kayla's going to move on. And Craig Bourgeois, almost a heads-up start, only 1/100 of a second separate them in index. They're going to turn them loose. Jason's going to bang through the 5-speed Liberty. Craig had some issues in qualifying. Let's see if he's got them fixed. And I think Craig's in trouble. Jason grabbed 3 hun as soon as he let the clutch out. Shoots out well before the finish line. He goes 719, 153. Jason Grima going to move on to the next round. Rick Brown, your runner-up in the first Comp Eliminator Bonus Fund race of the season. If he happens to turn on a win light here, put him in real good shape for the rest of the season. Ray Goodman, a very tough competitor in Comp Eliminator, the little A Econo altered, based out of Bernie, Texas, over on the left side. So they're both pre-staged. Ray's in. Here comes Rick. Ray's going to have his work cut out for him. Rick grabbed 3 hun at the tree. And down there at the finish line, it's going to be Rick Brown, 8:32, 137 miles an hour, 49 under, so he is clean going into the semifinals. So Rick Brown going to be the first Comp Eliminator machine to pull out of the lanes. He's going to roll up and break the beams. So Rick has a buy run here and a buy run in the quarters as well. Light 'em up sign has gone out. Callie Neff, your #1 qualifier, got a buy run in the first round. Caleb Mazaris pulling in on the left side. Callie and Kayla making their way back from the burnouts. Callie over on the right-hand side, the G Econo Dragster, getting about 3.5 tenths head start. Callie for I-70 and Harlan Towing out of Colorado, one of our great sponsors of the Comp Eliminator Bonus Fund. Kayla Mazaris, the 4-cylinder power, 32 Bantam, K altered automatic trim. Winner of this pair will get the winner of the pair behind them. Scott Cascio, Glenn Treadwell. Green lights a pair, slide advantage on this end. Kayla Mazaris, who's got the performance advantage. Win light comes on for Kayla Mazaris. 762, 159 miles an hour. She did not run it out the back door. She's going to take 3 into the next round. Callie off the throttle before the stripe as well. 803, only 142 miles an hour. So your #1 qualifier gets bounced here in round number 2. Who is Kaylee going to take on? Glenn Treadwell. Treadwell Farms over in the left lane. The M altered automatic, 306 cubic inch inline Ford powered plant. Cylinder heads on that machine built by Alan Johnson. Scott Cascio, one of the quickest 8 Supermod automatics in the country. He's going to move first, a little bit more than a tenth of a second head start going to Scott. Treadwell is late. He is a 10th behind. Excuse me, Casio's a 10th behind on this end. Treadwell gets down there, had plenty of real estate to work with. He goes 795. So Jason Grimmer rolling in on the right-hand side. 2-time Australian Super Sedan champion. Small block Ford and the 5-speed Liberty, the combination for the B-altered. Clinton Neff on the left side, one of the quickest A Econo cars in the entire country. Wide variety of Comp Eliminator machines at their disposal. This particular one owned by Harry Clack. Green lights a pair. Clint's car makes a little move to the left as soon as you let go of the button down at the finish line. Clint gets over by the wall. He has to lift. Jason Grima goes 56 under with a 006 light. 704, 193 miles an hour for the win. Clint quicker on the racetrack. 400 behind on this end, goes 662, 203, no good. And Jason Grima is on to the next round. Taylor Chemiski, Chase Williams, Chase the reigning U.S. Nationals and JEGS All-Stars champ. Oh, by the way, also the reigning Rooftec Comp Eliminator Bonus Fund champion. Out of Carthage, Texas, the small block Chevy powered B-Dragster automatic. Spotting about a full Christmas tree. C Supermod of Chemiski over on the right side. Got a clutch in it. CIP1, Chemiski Performance, Lone Star Gasket, Watson Concrete. Taylor going to bring the RPMs up. And Taylor's shoved in the clutch by about 300 feet. Chase Williams gets down there, shuts her off for 4,000 foot, goes to a 7:25. He will take on David Triplett, who also has a bye run in this round. Brooke Eckel, Kevin Douay. A couple of dragsters that could not be any more different. Coming up next, Kevin, the 8 Nostalgia car on the right-hand side. Brooke, the more traditional rear engine, small block powered C dragster automatic. A little over a tenth of a head start. Going to Brooke. Brooke already got one Wally to her credit this season. Was the winner at the Baby Gators back in March. Kevin hoping to stop her in her tracks. A shot at taking the Wally home just a couple miles down the road. Right here in the state of Louisiana. Brooke grabs about 300 at the tree. Is it enough on the racetrack? Yes, 7:06. 179 miles an hour. She did not run it out the back door. 53 under the index. She's going to take a hit going to the next round. Kevin's 54 under, 692, 181. Not enough. Here comes Dave Triplett. He's just going to break the beams in the GE Econo car. He has a date with Chase Williams. Rick Brown will have a second consecutive bye run. And Glenn Treadwell will take on Kayla Mazaris. That will do it for this round of Comp Eliminator.
It's gone a lot better since we got to this racetrack. I'm feeling more confident in the car, so I'm looking forward to doing this.
Reigning world champ in the next round, Chase Williams. What do you think you got for him?
Hopefully be on time up front and hit my spot.
And then Glenn, this is the first time this this year you guys are going rounds. I guess how much better is the alternate run in here than it was in Noble?
Well, at Noble, like we were dealing with that cold track, and man, our tire combination just didn't like it at all. So night and day difference, we're in good shape here. But I know she's tough, she's a good driver, and they've got a good car, and she just took out a good car, so we know we got our hands full.
Thankfully, it was a great race. I was 21, she was 37. I started to pull on her about 1,000 foot, and it got to the point where I thought I wasn't going to get there, and I was thinking about lifting, and then she ended up cutting out, and I was able to drive around her. Took 3, unfortunately, but we're on to the next round. Sometimes you got to take a little bit to keep moving, so. I mean, the same as I got for everyone else. I'm not going to race many differently. I've been hitting the tree pretty well all weekend, so hopefully I can stay in that window, and we'll make some adjustments to the car and try and pick it up a little bit. It's getting a little more humid out here. The barrel dropped quite a bit. Like I said, I just took 300 right there, so we'll be down a little bit, but that's really all we can do. We'll chill it, take some weight out, and I'll run them to 1340 if I have to.
Sure, it was a lucky break on our part. Taylor was joking that I have a voodoo doll with his name on it because it seems like something goofy always happens when we race. But yeah, he said the dash fell out of the car, so he couldn't get it in third gear. So I really hate it for him because their car's been running excellent, and I think a lot of the guy. But I've said it before, rather be lucky than good. So we'll take them any way we can get them.
All right, so first out, quarterfinal round for competition eliminator Rick Brown. Rick cements his place in the semifinals. He will take on either Glenn Treadwell or Kayla Mazaris. Brooke Eckel on the left-hand side. Jason Grimma over in the right. Grimma the B altered. Ford small block with a clutch. Pete Smallwood helping out with that machine. Shane Heckel watching his daughter Brooke. Second year in Comp Eliminator. Trying to put herself into the semifinals. Winner's going to get David Triplett or Chase Williams. Pretty much a heads-up start. 200 separate them in index. First one to the finish line is going to win. Double 03 on this end of the racetrack, and Jason comes to round her down at the finish line by 0.06 of a second. 7:04, 193 miles an hour. Brooke goes 7:09 at 166, no good. Jason Grimma moving on. Jason and Rick Brown are in the semis. Jason's going to take on the winner of this pair, the reigning Comp Eliminator bonus fund presented by Rooftec. Champion from 23, Chase Williams, two-time Division 4 champ. Triplett going to move first by a little more than a second. Advantage, Chase on this end. Top end, wind light, Chase. 54 under, 678 at 193. David Triplett goes 797 at 144, shutting her down well before the finish line. Treadwell, owner of Treadwell Farms, one of our great sponsors here in the Comp Eliminator Bonus Fund. He's going to move first by a little more than 2/10. Final pair, round 3 at Comp. Off and running at 1,000 foot. Glenn is out front, quarter mile, wind light, Kayla. Wow, Kayla goes 62 under right there. Goes 7:53 at 172. And she's going to take it well.
It's very good. After seeing Kayla just tap a 65 under lap, that helps us a lot. If I continue with my reaction times in the 20s, I think we've got a pretty good chance of taking this one out. And all I can do is hope that that happens, because anything can happen at any time.
Pretty happy about the whole deal with the team and all that, what we've achieved this weekend. So it's been hot, trying conditions, but we'll keep at it.
Rick running against the index of 882. Has not had to run the truck out the back door. Got around Ray Goodman in the first round and then had 2 consecutive bye runs. Came into this event number 2 in the Comp Eliminator bonus fund points. Kayla Mazaris over from Arizona. Finished number 6 in the division last year. K altered automatic. Kayla turns at 39 red. Rick Brown is going to go to the final round with an unblemished index. And that is his 11th final round. The last time he hoisted a Wally was in Houston last year, the final divisional event there. Who is Rick going to race? It's either going to be Jason Grimma or Chase Williams. A couple of very tough Comp Eliminator racers. Chase Williams trying to defend his title as the Rooftec Comp Eliminator Bonus Fund champion right here at the Sports Nationals. racing in the B Altered, now based out of Moscow Mills, Missouri. Chase Williams, the B Dragster Automatic, small block Chevy. Grimm is going to move first by about 2/10. And Jason turns at 49 red. Chase Williams and Rick Brown will run for the Wally here this weekend at the Cajun Sports Nats. And that is Chase's 5th national event final round appearance.
So far, Rick's been pretty hard to beat, so we'll see what we got for him in the final. I guess he's looking a little better than us since he's clean, but can't race him on paper, and the racetrack's getting a little greasy out there, so anything can happen.
So that semifinal with Kayla, she is one of the most fiercest competitors there is that I have dealt with in the last 2 years. If she wasn't down from the round before, it was going to be almost a heads-up run down there at the end. But anyway, that went to our way. Chase is by far one of the better in the Division 4. We've run each other a few times. I don't know where we're at, even or where we're at, but with him winning all the championships last year and the Jakes All-Stars and all, he is definitely a fierce competitor and one to watch out for. But the truck's on, 020 and 030 even lights, and hopefully we can pull that in the final and take Chase out. And we're down nothing, he's down 4, so see how the final comes out.
Then all packed up and headed out.
Hopefully, man, I want to be the better man. Maybe the oldest man.
And here comes Super Cup. Paul Buell. Left. Driver solid on the tree. Paul was a little bit better at 008. But Taryn won last night. Kyle won tonight. Pretty good weekend for the Rickman family. For Kyle, his first national event win. Comp Eliminator coming at us. And then all I need is a couple of stalkers coming back. Stalkers, we'll be ready for you as soon as you get here. Comp Eliminator, final round coming at you. Well, thank you very much, Alan. Rick Brown is pretty much guaranteed to leave here with the Comp Eliminator bonus fund points lead. Both these guys multi-time national event winners. Chase Williams coming up on the left-hand side out of Carthage, Texas. Jason, that B Dragster Automatic carried him to the bonus fund championship last year. Two-time Division 4 champ. Second generation racer. His dad Greg ran Comp Eliminator for quite a few years. Rick Brown been at this 55 years in the S10. Rick trying to win his 7th, the B Truck Automatic 318 cubic inch small block Chevrolet. He's going to move first by more than a full Christmas tree. About 8.4 seconds later, we will find out which one of these two gentlemen is going to take the Wally back to the Lone Star State. Rick coming in with an unblemished index. Chase has a hit of 4. Coming into the final round. And Rick turns it red. Chase Williams is going to be the winner here in Comp Eliminator at the Cajun Sports Nats. Coasting to a 7:10. Rick was 12 foul on the wrong side of the tree.
How's that? Hey, I'll take it.
Rooftec Comp Eliminator bonus fund yet. 2 bonus fund races. We got 2 different winners, and we have actually not had a 2-time winner in the Rooftec Comp Eliminator bonus fund yet. And that streak stays alive. So Rick's going to leave with the points lead. Chase Williams leaves with the Wally.
What do you Wally up? So
Man, it came with a few struggles along the way. I mean, we were kind of behind the 8 ball when we got here. Definitely not running up to par, and we made some ratio changes overnight, and I think it helped out a little. I think we're still off a little actually, but hopefully for Ennis we'll get it all sorted out and be back in top form.
Well, and then, you know, kind of a slow start last year, you could say. You finished strong. How nice is it to maybe get a little cushion, or does it actually put more pressure on it?
I learned in the 2 years past that, doing good going into the points and a half races is important to some extent, but that's what it's really going to come down to is those races that count for points and a half toward the end of the year will be really critical. So hopefully we can, continue to have some success along the way and then do good when it really counts.